In seventh grade, I decided I wanted to be a music teacher after coming to a concert here at Boone County High School and listening to this band perform amazing music at a very high level. That was something I didn't know was possible. And I remember getting goosebumps from head to toe, was inspired by it, and pursued that as my path from that point forward and just focused on that entirely, and went to high school here. Then went to Eastern Kentucky University and got my bachelor's degree in music education, and then got a job straight out of college, and then went back to school while working to get my master's degree also in music education. My name is Dan Barnhill. I'm the band director here at Boone County High School. To be in a school band, in my experience as a student and my experience as a teacher, I think it's a warm, welcoming, and inclusive environment. We welcome anybody from anywhere. As long as they are passionate about music and want to put in the effort, they're going to have a great time. Music in particular is an activity where there's no winners or losers, but it's still a team sport. We all have to work together and collaborate together to perform at a high level and put together this artwork in the way that it was intended to be put together by the composer, but at the same time interpret it in our own way and put our own spin on it. So learning music and becoming a performer is a long journey. It's not a short one. But I think it's important to understand that what's happening is you're laying a foundation. And when you pull up to a house that's a beautiful house, that's sitting on a beautiful hill with a beautiful landscape, what you're not seeing is the foundation that it sits on, and it's the most important part of that house. So you start out with things like Hot Cross Buns and Mary Had a Little Lamb, and these songs that when you're in sixth grade especially, you did all that stuff back in preschool and in early elementary school. You're over it, it's not cool anymore. But what they're doing is intentionally building your foundation of music so that you can really stand on that strong foundation and grow as a performer from there. The advice that I give to somebody who wants to build their skills in music, the first thing that comes to mind is studying privately, and getting that one-on-one attention is so valuable, whether it's online or in person. For an instrumental student, it's going to be valuable regardless. One thing that I wish I had been able to do sooner was learn how to practice effectively. I thought it was all about spending hours and hours and hours on the instrument, which does help, but not if it's not focused and intentional. I wish at an earlier age somebody taught me how to journal my practice and set specific goals on things to work on, and then I could tackle those one at a time like a checklist kind of thing, and not have to spend hours in a practice room when I could maybe spend 30 minutes in a practice room and get as much done, and just having that focused practice time. I think a lot of people assume that in music you have to be talented, just like in athletics you have to be a talented athlete to be a successful athlete, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. I wasn't a naturally gifted musician, so it took a lot of hard work, and I really enjoyed music, even though I wasn't naturally gifted with it necessarily, but I was willing to put in the work and effort, and that helped me get to where I am now. And there were plenty of successful moments along the way, and there were plenty of failures, but I didn't let that stop me from continuing to pursue my dreams and what I wanted to do for a career. There are a lot more careers than people realize in music. We typically think of performance or education, or either playing our instrument or teaching people how to play an instrument, and those are two very public and easily seen career options, but there's so many more. There are the performers, but then there's all the people that are promoting those performers, that are scheduling educational events for those performers, scheduling a tour. So there's a lot of marketing and business side of music as well. There's musicians in the medical field that are needed for things like music therapy and all the groundbreaking research that's coming out about music and its impact on the brain and physical and physiological health. I think it's important for people to realize there is that pathway as well. In our culture, we've created this kind of stigma, especially with singing, but also instrumental, that if I don't sound like this person, I won't be successful. And that's unfortunate. I think in school, that's where you can find your voice if you're in choir, and if you're in band, you can find your own style of playing the instrument. So I think it's important for people to understand that they don't have to fit into a particular mold to be successful. They just need to find their voice, their style, what they're really passionate about, and run with it.